because it's going to mention them. It's going to mention them down here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So let me just pick up where I left off at, so we can read into it. It says at 2. It says, and suddenly there came a sound from heaven as a rushing mighty wind, and it filled all the house where they were sitting. And there appeared unto them cloven tongues like as of fire, and it sat upon each of them. Right. It says, and they were all filled with the Holy Ghost and began to speak in other tongues as the Spirit gave them utterance. So you understand what tongues are in this context, right? Or do you?
Go ahead. I understand it's not going to be the same. Go ahead.
Okay, so according to the context here, other tongues would be the ability of Jews who spoke in other tongues, in other languages.
Mm-hmm.
That's the definitions of cloven tongues. So you agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah or nay, brother?
I said yes. I'm good.
Oh, okay. So I just don't want it to seem like they were just gibberish. That's all.
You didn't hear me say that. It says it in the text that they understood the language.
My point in emphasizing that is because these cloven tongues was speaking to other Jews who spoke other languages. But we're gonna read into it. It says,
it doesn't see other Jews. But go ahead,
brother. Listen. It says, as the Spirit gave them utterance, and there was dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men. It says Jews, brother. Who else?
Keep reading. Keep reading.
Out of every nation under heaven. What does that mean?
There were Jews there.
Right. Where did they come from?
Keep reading.
No, I'm asking you, brother.
Let's keep reading. Let's let the Bible talk.
This is what Israelites do, brother. We break it down so that
let's keep reading. Let's let the Bible talk for itself.
Okay, so every nation, I'm gonna explain it anyway. Every nation means that these brothers came from underneath other nations of bloodline people.
That's not what that says.
That's what the context is.
It says Jews, comma, devout men from every nation.
Brother, it's just that's proper English. What do you mean? You act like the comma
reading. Let's keep reading.
Okay, Jerusalem Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven. Heaven is what? Earth, right? All right. So it says, now when this was noised abroad, the multitude came together and were confounded, because that every man heard them speak in his own language. And they were all amazed and marveled, saying one to another, behold, are not all these which speak Galileans? And how hear we every man in our own tongue, wherein we were born? Parthians. Okay. Now these are Jews. The audience are Jews, brother.
Keep reading.
That's my point. So
keep reading. I don't need the editorial, man. Just please keep reading.
Brother, this is how I do it. This is how I teach. So you learning right now.
But I'm not learning. Just read. For everyone who's listening, they want you to read. We don't
absolutely, brother. But I have my way of doing it. I want you and your viewing audience not to
because what you're doing is you're inserting commentary, and I'd rather not hear.
It's not commentary.
I'd rather just read
off the pages.
Just read the scripture. Just read the scripture.
Okay, brother. Parthians and Medes and Elamites and dwellers in Mesopotamia and in Judea and Cappadocia and Pontus and Asia, Phrygia and Pamphylia and Egypt, and in parts of Libya about Cyrene, and strangers of Rome, Jews and proselytes. So Jews were the men who actually knew the law. That's why the emphasis is there. That's why it says Jews. It's because the Jews represent Pharisees. Weren't there Pharisees and Sadducees that understood the law and called themselves Jews?
You just messed yourself up, right? You just messed yourself up, right?
Brother.
Because, hold on, let me show you how you jacked yourself up. When you emphasize that these Jews were devout men, right? You have Jews, you have devout men from under the heaven. You cannot make these proselytes those who did not know that they were Jews.
Brother, proselytes just means they converted, and now they
Where did
converted
they what did they convert from?
to the customs in which the Jews performed.
That
Brother,
does
they were already Jews.
find that in the definition of the word proselyte. It's
It said
G4339.
it just says converts.
It's G4339. It doesn't say convert.
What does it say?
No, you're teaching me, right? You said you're gonna teach me,
brother. You
you
made a claim. You made a claim, so I just want you to
go
take
to
your claim.
G4339 and show me what it means, because I'm there.
Read what you got, brother.
No, I want you to see it.
Okay, so I'm there. It's Strong's G4339. Is that what you said?
Come down to the outline of biblical usage in the Thayer's Greek lexicon.
No, we're gonna start at these definitions first. How about that?
Okay, that's fine. But then when you finish that,
when I finish that, which we're gonna go there, but you're gonna definitely
rock on to the break it down. Go ahead. Do your thing.
It says a newcomer, a stranger, or alien. Right? What do those words mean?
No. Keep reading. You want to read? Let's read.
Brother, come on. Because if I'm telling you this substantiates my understanding, then
how are you a stranger and an alien and you're a Jew?
Because if you don't know, brother, because
in Jerusalem, hold on. Listen. Look at your logic. Hold on, Phil. Look at your logic. Where are they?
Brother, they came from everywhere. Weren't you there in the beginning?
Where are they, Phil?
They came from other nations.
Where are they?
Brother, they came from underneath.
Answer this question. Where are they?
Let's read back up. Because you
No.
I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you where they came
yes
from.
Or no? Are they in Jerusalem?
Now they are. It's Pentecost.
Okay. How are they?
But I'm going to show you where they came from.
How is a Jew a stranger in Jerusalem, Phil?
Brother, this is how y'all do.
How is a Jew a stranger in Jerusalem?
If he came from another nation, right? If he came from another place, a stranger just means that you don't live there. That's all a stranger is. An alien means that you don't live there.
You will never find a Jew being called a stranger in Jerusalem.
Brother, these were lost Jews.
Hold on. This is for the audience, because let me help the audience. Audience, the only time you will see a Jew being called a stranger is when they're outside of Jerusalem. They're called strangers in Egypt.
Where did they come from?
Hold on, brother. They're called strangers when they were in bondage. You will never see a Jew being called a stranger in Jerusalem. This is why he didn't realize he hurt his own argument.
No, brother.
Hold on, brother.
You're giving a false narrative, though.
Okay.
You're saying I hurt myself when I'm really trying to explain.
Okay. You can rebut me when I finish talking.
Go for it.
Thank you very much. He said they were devout men. I did not argue with him, but then he turns around and says they didn't know they were Jews. You cannot have it both ways. Either they knew who they were or they didn't know who they were. Because according to a lot of your logic, the only way you're devout is if you keep the law, statutes, and commandments. So how are they called devout? By keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, and then you say they didn't know they were Jews. Please make it make sense.
Okay, here we go. So I started off by reading the beginning of Acts. Acts at the top, Acts 2 and 5.